Hello, Kevin.
Hello,
Good evening.
good evening.
How are you feeling today, Kevin?
I feel nervous, but I think I have prepared some material for today, so I need to be confident today.
All right. First thing first, I would like to say congratulations for proceeding to the interview session of ISMA 2022. One step closer, yeah, to be the final candidate, right? May the odds be ever in your favor. So I'm Haidir, by the way. Haidir. I'm going to be your examiner in the stage of the selection. Without a further ado, let's begin with the first questions. Kevin, please tell me about yourself, just a little bit.
Okay. My name is Kevin Sonavinanta, and you can address me as Kevin. I'm currently major in visual communication design in Universitas Negeri Malang. I've interested in graphics design since high school, and also I already built my own graphic design studio. Thank you.
Cool. Why did you pick your major to begin with?
To begin with, I'm already started my interest in graphics design since high school. I saved my money to buy my first laptop, so I learned my design and practice in self-learning process from some resources on the internet. And I have a goal to be a professional graphic designer and have my own graphic studio because I have very interest in creating some things, like making something new, building concept, and etc.
Okay, so you love designing, you love creating some design and something like that. But I'm wondering if you aware of this issue. What kind of issues in the cafe that concern you the most? And how do you resolve the problem?
One thing that I learned in particular is sustainability, because not many talking in creative industry about sustainable design. That's we concerning and being aware about the impact of our design. Even we only making the concept and ideas. It's really important for designer know what is design and their impact on environments. For example, we need to concern about the choice of ink, the amount of graphic, and the material preference, for example, like that.
How can you be so sure that there's something chemical equipment that the cafe use will support sustainability?
Oh, some studies show that when we pick high resolution of image on printing versus one color only printing, it's give more beneficial for environment when we use limited amount of chemical on our printing. For example, for print versus some screen printing method is way better environments with screen printing method, for example, like that.
So the best alternative for solving this problem is by go green. Is that correct?
Yeah, by reducing the amount of chemical that we use in printing process.
Even though it affects the quality of your project of design?
Well, that's another problem that we as designers must be solved. So in the limited space and limited tool, we need to be able to still give good impression for our design. Also, in current to the world trends like natural approachment that environment friendly, it also good trends in graphic design.
Regarding this issue, which one is the most essential, the quality or the eco-friendly equipment, do you think?
In my personal opinions, I think the environment is really important today because we as designer give a substantial effects on designing because we shape how something must be works. Like we can find a lot of advertisement around our environments, and that's our design. And it's our job as a designer to decide that and reach that. So I think we better prefer to choose for environment first, then we can design for quality.
If you are that such environmentalist, why didn't you pick environmentalism major instead of design?
Because there is a lot of research on sustainable design. So I want to have good approachment on a design side, because even the material choice is also important, that we can take better learning in environmentalist. I think as a designer, I can burden, for example, I want to develop design that's using less paper to most forward to digitalization, for example, like that.
Isn't it so expensive to go green in this regard? I mean, isn't it so money consuming if you buy eco-friendly product in design instead of the conventional one?
Well, actually, if we try to find an example that we can find in our surroundings, environment in sustainable design is way more cheaper. For example, we use less tin. Example, that is less cost for production of packaging, for example. And also we use a recycled paper that is way more cheaper than a fresh paper, for example. And also some sustainable principle that we can reduce some design and defining the recycle process of certain material. I think it's way more cost efficient for environmental friendly, because at the end, sustainable design is not only about environments, but we balance things within the profit, the people, and also the planet.
All right. If that's really true, in the reality, in fact, good for you, Kevin. Good for you. I really salute your mindset of this kind of issue. I really hope that you really implement this kind of go green and eco-friendly product in your design activities in your study. Let's move on to the next question. Yeah, Kevin.
Sure.
I have reviewed your essay that you have written in the online form. You chose, you prioritized University of Padua instead of University of Szeged. Why? Why you put Italy first instead of Hungary?
First reason is that University of Padua have desired course that could support my interesting in my another interest and UI and UX design. They offer basic psychology and psychology of individual differences. These courses is new field for me because it's field of psychology, but this field could support my study in UI UX design to understand how certain people interact in certain manner, how emotional works, and the motivation and expectation they have on design. So from that, those courses will help me design better and give more meaningful interaction design. And also in particular for psychology in individual differences can help me emphasize that we need to design something universal and accessible, especially for people who has disability. Like that.
All right. So there's a psychology course in Padua?
Yes, that's correct.
And why courses in University of Szeged cannot apprehend that?
Actually, this is similar courses in Zagat. For example, I choose some communication skill in Zagat and also how to collaborate with team. But my interest on human being in UI UX design to study and learn about basic of psychology is have higher prioritized for me to learn it deeper, because in the future I want to be also be a professional UI and UX designer. Even in communication skill is also important. It's like that, but I think psychology will give me more impact and booster on to achieve my goal.
Talking about psychology major and psychological courses, there are so many host universities that have partnership with ISMA also provide and offer psychological courses, such as in Hanyang University in South Korea, for example, Pulaski University Olomouc in Czech Republic, for example. There's also in Galway, Ireland, for example, there's a cognitive psychology, developmental psychology, developing soft skills through applied psychology. There are so many psychological courses in other host universities. So why Padua, Kevin?
Why Padua? Because the last two courses that I chose in Italy is making art of the Italy, and the history of Italy art. Those courses is also aligned with my current study in visual communication design. So I think I learned about the history of design, the art movement that have in Italy is what I also study currently in my major. For example, I can study the Renaissance movement and contemporary art in Italy. Also, I think Italy has a special place for designer where we can see a lot of famous artists from Italy and see that we progress from realisms until now with contemporary that have more to put more emphasis on abstracts and the value of humanism.
Doesn't UM provide and offer psychological courses also in your home university? So what is the exclusivity of Padua? I don't see if it's only about psychology.
Exclusivity is
Mm-hmm.
The exclusivity is about their specialized study about art in Italy. Well, in my host university, we need to, in my home university, I just study it a little bit because we need to study all design movement across the world. So I want to learn better beside the psychology courses that are available in Padua. And also the other reason why I chose Padua is about the city. The city is a form of art and cultures because the university itself already found in 800 years ago, so they have a lot of history in their architecture and a lot of paper and library. And I want to learn about cuisine over there in Italy. For example, I have a hobby in cooking. I want to learn their cuisine. For example, I want to learn how to make pizza and pesto to build a greater appreciation toward their culture.
I see it. That's still your personal reason. I want to focus on your academic reason on choosing Padua University, Kevin.
Okay.
What is the concrete parameter of you by saying that Padua or Italy has better arts and history in Middle Ages?
First, we can see from some architecture that we can find in Italy, for example, the cathedral in Rome and some cathedral in Vatican. Also, Padua also have some cathedral that representing the real forms of Renaissance of Middle Age art movement.
And why can't you see this online? Why should you have this exposure on the spot?
Well, the real life physical touch, I believe, cannot replace. I think the online experience cannot replace the physical touch of experience out there. So being immersed in those form of art will give me deeper understanding about design art. And also collaborating with another colleague over there will give me better perspective about what they really study over there. Because over there, I will gonna meet with local student and another international student. So collaborating with them will give me better experience on studying this certain major, this particular major.
Okay. Have you researched about the professors that will teach you if you are chosen in this program? Have you researched about the names of the professor that have this quality of the background of arts that you really want to pursue?
Unfortunately, until now, I don't have any information about the professor over there, but I already got some module information about the courses.
Okay, you have to research on this point, yeah, because professors are also the main reason why it's a concrete or indicator or proof of why this course is the best of the world or compared to other host universities. Next, Kevin, what courses, sorry, besides psychological and art design courses, what other courses are you going to take in each universities?
So it's were the courses that I take in Hungary also. Okay, so the courses in Hungary, I take communication skill and collaborative team skill, and also I'm sorry, I forgot the to major in Hungary.
You shouldn't forget your choices. Yeah, this shows
Okay.
how not important the courses for you. Let's move on to the next question. Kevin, I'm wondering about your adaptive skills. Yeah, have you ever experienced in a new environment previously?
I've lived in the home for about 20 years before right now I moved to my home university city, which is in Malang, because previously I lived in Mojokerto. I have started living alone by myself independently about 1.5 years, even though there's still online class, because I want to really feel how it feels to being responsible with myself. And also I have some experience working with some international clients across the world. So I need to be being able to communicate the goal, understanding their value with very different background. For example, when I start communicating with my client from France, they have a limitation on a language. I need to be able to communicate clearly and using a simple English to ensure that I can get what they want and what they need in the design. And working with some other clients from Australia and US has given me good perspective about how we need to understand their needs. For example, they tends to be straightforward on giving a critic. So I need to be understanding that those critics and feedback are constructive feedback that I need to take. So I don't need to take it personally, but I need to understand this, that this communication is needed to achieve the design goal.
All right. So based on these two experiences you've ever got, living in a different city from Mojokerto to Malang, and also having new clients from foreign clients, what lessons,
Yes.
what are the most important lessons that you can apply to adopt in Italy or Hungary?
The skill that I need to apply is being adaptive and flexibility, because I'm going to be meet very new environments. So I need to be able listen more, being open-minded with the new culture and information that I got. Because my personal experience with various clients taught me that I need to learn wide variety of style and design and increasing my design library. So it's also applied when I study in the future host university. So I need to be open-minded to see all the possibility and see a lot of new perspective over there.
Okay, cool. This is actually relatable to my next question, Kevin. How do you plan to mingle in the locals? Do you have different plans of your way to mingle in Italy or Hungary, or it's the same and what it is, your plans?
From the previous interview preparation, I only prepare my plans and goal in Italy. So for engaging with local community, Actually, I have several strategies. First, as a student, I can join some student council.
Kevin, I'm sorry. Your voice is kind of breaking. Would you please, like put the mic near
No, I
nearer?
mean there is a
Yeah. All right. Cool.
loud voice of motorcycle outside me. I'm sorry. So I
Yeah.
will continue my answer. So there is some strategy. For example, first, as a student, I want to join student council, special, and I want to apply in creative department where I can utilize my design skill. For example, I can making poster for them. I can make some communication media for student council, and also that give me opportunity to collaborating with another with another student members from multidisciplines backgrounds. Also, for as a resident, I want to learn about basics language of Italy so I can communicate it with some local community. For example, being able to purchase some daily needs and being able to give a greeting for them. And also, I want to join some exhibition to learn better about the Italy. For example, I can join exhibition to the Nivera at November, which this exhibition will give me insight about Italian lifestyles, what they do for entertainment, and their art and music. And also there are other exhibition, the art of Padova, where I can join to join where I can join to put where I can join my where I can join to being a participant on that exhibition to design a poster that could be show with the collaborate my
Kevin, you keep
in the
talking
design.
about.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Kevin, it's okay. Take a deep breath. It's okay. Don't be nervous. I'm not your real examiner. Tomorrow will be someone.
Yes.
Kevin, you keep talking about you will create posters or contribute in making such a design for the club or for the creative club or organization there. But my question would be, have you got your own design or poster to showcase in the exhibition? Exhibition? Sorry, what exhibition? Is that the word? Yeah.
Exhibition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you
Well, I
got?
have several.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Can you?
Have you
What's
got
the
one?
question?
Have you got one to showcase there?
Oh, actually, when I want to apply in Art Padova, I want to study first about the Italy because the theme is about the lifestyle of Italy or the culture of Italy. So I want to design especially for that exhibition. So I want to mix poster design that show the Italians' lifestyles or the Italian value art or music, for example.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. Uh, it's a very great plans to mingle in. Yeah, Kevin. But I think you should have created one example of poster or one design to showcase there, just in case they are, uh, you know, curious about your work, and you can show, you could have showed the result in this interview. I don't know. This is a very good artwork. If you have any, maybe you have already, but I think it's really cool and really great if you already prepared one example of design or poster to show me here that you want to show in the exhibition there to the local. That would be great. Anyway, Kevin, yeah, I think that's really cool. What about so Hari Sumpah Pemuda? If you are selected to be the next candidate for ISMA 2022, you're going to have this obligation to celebrate Hari Sumpah Pemuda this year. What would be your plan in Italy or Hungary?
Okay. in Italy for celebrating Hari Sumpah Pemuda, I think my contributions could be could back also in design. For example, I can design about the posters, infographic about Sumpah Pemuda, so that people when see the poster get good information about what is Sumpah Pemuda when they see the celebration for international student or international participant on that celebration. And also, I'm interested in drama action, so maybe I can join some drama activity to tell about the history of Sumpah Pemuda.
Okay, cool. Kevin, again and again, I would like to remind you before tomorrow is going to be your real interview. It is really, really great if you have the example of design to storytell about what is actually Sumpah Pemuda in design, in poster or in picture you can design if you are really that expert in the cafe. I think based on your explanation, you keep saying to me that you're really good at designing, you're the expert, but I want to see the proof. As a examiner, as an interviewer, it will be mind-blowing if you can show me one example from share slide or the printout, or because you're less paper kind of person, so maybe you can share slide or show me on your mobile phone or whatever. That would be great. Last question, Kevin. This is not in the essay, but it was last year. I'm still curious about your plans to contribute back. How will you contribute back after finishing the program if you're selected?
Okay. My first contribution will be that I've been able to meet the goal when I study over there, to learn new skill, to understand the cultural experience. And after that, when I back to Indonesia, I want to be inspired other colleague in my university to join ISMA next years by showing that study abroad is a good opportunity for us to expand our horizon, to study what worldwide global citizenship. And also some other contribution that I can take is to make comedy of ISMA comedy next year, because this year's there's lack of preparation from my university about it.
What? Comedy?
I think I want to ISMA preparation comedy.
Oh, comedy. All right.
Comedy.
I think that's really cliche plans.
Cliche, I know.
Kevin, I don't think it's
Yes.
authentic plan that you can contribute more. I think people already know how important ISMA is and how beneficial it is, and every EO in every single university has its own committees, and I am one of the committee in OEA UM, and you said there is no socialization or lack of information. I think you just being left behind.
No problem.
All right, don't blame on others, Kevin. Don't point finger on others. All right. But
okay, yeah, this could be
instead,
to put the negatives.
your contribution could be, you can have a community, small community in your major or your department in the cafe FSUM. You can teach your juniors. You can make a community of the cafe small, or you already have it one in your major or department, and you can share the knowledge that you already got from Italy or Hungary, which one you will be selected, the knowledge, the skills of design or psychological stuff that you want to envision to study at more about, you can forward the knowledge and skills of the information that you have got from these courses, from the professor, from the universities, right? From the people that you've met and discussed from the exhibitions, anything you can forward the information instead of blaming on other parties, right? I think the time is up. It's already 30 minutes. Kevin, do you have any questions before we close this interview?
I don't have any question for this interview.
Okay, cool. I think that's it for today. Thank you very much. I wish you all good luck. Let's see the result. Yeah. That's the
Okay.
end, Kevin.
Could I have several questions about it?
Kevin, satu menurutku kalau di akhir ada ditanya, mau ada pertanyaan nggak? Jangan bilang nggak ada. Kenapa? Karena it shows.
Nah, itu dia.
It shows that you are not really that curious person. You know what I mean? But
I know.
don't ask too much as well. One question is enough. Kalau dari segi interview seperti ini, kan kamu nggak bisa nanya ke pertanyaan yang strategis apa kira-kira menurutmu, Kevin?
Nah, itu dia yang masih belum ketemu pertanyaannya.
Menurutmu apa?
Karena kalau dari bimbing ini tadi kan ada pembekalan barusan ya. Itu kayak nggak disuruh untuk bertanya. Karena kayak interviewernya juga nggak punya informasi untuk bertanya juga. Nggak punya kapasitas untuk jawab.
Iya, most likely nggak bakal ditanya sih. Tapi kalau aja interviewernya nanya gimana? Just in case.
I have no idea about how to ask the question.
Kira-kira?
Because teman saya yang di universitas lain bilang kayak jangan tanya tentang technical information.
Iya, makanya aku tanya pertanyaan strategis apa yang kira-kira bagus untuk ditanyain. Yang ngepotray kalau Kevin ini anaknya reflektif. Bukan curious ya. Kalau curious berarti kamu bisa nanya nanti di Itali profesornya siapa. Kan interviewer nggak peduli ya karena
nggak punya informasi.
Exactly, belum tentu interviewernya dari Italia atau dari Hungary S2 atau S3-nya. Berarti itu nggak strategis ya pertanyaannya. Tapi kalau mungkin bisa nunjukin kalau Kevin itu reflektif anaknya. Suka evaluatif, self reminder atau self evaluation, self reflection. Kira-kira pertanyaannya apa? You can say that, thank God it's finished. Bahasa-bahasanya terserah kayak I'm so nervous to be honest, sir atau ma'am kalau ibu-ibu. Kalau ditanya, if I could ask one question, kalau ditawarin ya, do you have any feedback? Do you have any feedback for me regarding this interview? You have witnessed my nervousness. You have witnessed my interview, sir or ma'am. Do you have any feedback? As simple asking feedback itu udah nunjukin kalau oh ini anak mau belajar berarti, right? Menerima saran kritik. I think that's really strategic question. Kalau ditanya ya, kalau ditawarin. Other than that, menurutku
very good input. Thank you.
Itu satu feedback dari aku. Feedback kedua, komplimen dulu deh. Nggak bagus kalau aku cuma kritik-kritik mulu. Menurutku kamu tuh udah bagus banget ya. Kamu tuh confident, kamu tuh tegas. Dan aku paling suka sama kamu tuh ini jawabannya tuh nggak bertele-tele gitu. Kayak aku suka anak yang jawabannya tuh ya secukupnya tapi nggak sekadarnya, kayak cukup karena udah inti pertanyaannya udah terjawab gitu. Walaupun ada beberapa yang kamu blunder karena kayak contohnya kayak aku pengen mau belajar pizza loh, makanya aku pilih Italia. I think that's not a good reason. Tapi itu kayak menurutku caramu untuk biar kamu bisa ngomong. Soalnya kamu stuck di pertanyaan itu. Tapi nggak apa-apa. blunder itu wajar kalau kita memang stuck di tengah-tengah. Tapi menurutku kamu tuh udah bagus attempt jawabannya concise, to the point, nggak running to the bus gitu. Bagus. Tapi feedback kedua menurutku ini ya, jangan sampai kamu melupakan kamu tiga atau empat matkul yang kamu pilih di PA2 atau Syeget.
Oke. Jadi aku lupanya yang di secondnya itu kayak Italiannya udah tahu semua.
Coba aku tanya 3 atau 4 kamu pilih di PA2.
Oh, itu Basic of Psychology, Psychology of Philosophy of Science, Psychology of Individual Differences, and History of Making Art.
4 ya, berarti.
4.
Dan kalau di Syeget?
Kalau yang di Hungary kalau Syeget cuma 2. Karena sebelumnya kayak pernah bertanya sama konsultasi sama dosen, kayak ketika nanti interview gitu, kita harus jelasin engagement-nya itu ke satu universitas aja atau in general gitu, katanya kayak pilih jelasin yang di first host university aja, kayak yang kedua itu nggak usah terlalu dijawab. Jadi kayak ini tadi nggak terlalu banyak preparation untuk my approachment in Hungary, for example, like that.
Iya, makanya menurutku cara biar nggak kelihatan lupa, nggak aku juga lupa kok 6 matkul yang aku ambil di Ceko. Jadi pasti aku cuma bilang I have taken 6 courses in Czech Republic, specifically in Palacky University Olomouc. There are 6 courses, which are 3 courses are about English, speaking, professionalism, and academic writing. It's all about English, and the rest is about culture, history, and Middle Ages in Central Europe. Padahal itu nggak sama sekali. Padahal nama matkulnya tuh panjang, tapi aku singkatin aja. It's about culture, history, and ini Middle Ages in Central Europe and Society gitu. Nah, kamu nggak harus hafalin titik koma nama matkulnya, susah coy. Ini bukan lomba hafalan gitu. Jadi intinya aja dari di Syeget misalnya kamu ambil 3 matkul atau 4 matkul, intinya tuh matkulnya tentang apa sih? Kayak tadi kamu benar banget bilang tentang psikologi. Nah, tentang psikologi lebih baru spesifikin gitu. Nggak harus kalau nama matkulnya tuh panjang kayak nama matkul kayak Introduction to Psychology Education. Nah, aku aja lupa. Pokoknya gitu. Pokoknya intinya Introduction to Psychology. Intinya psikologi kan intinya. Ya enggak? Jadi you don't need to.
Iya. Jadi kayak nggak harus. Ya.
Exactly. Yang penting tahu, oh ini matkulnya tentang ini loh. Nah, makanya kamu tuh harus sudah riset course profile-nya. At least dibaca, di-download, dicari di websitenya, di-download, di skimming. Kalau nggak sempat baca, karena ini udah jam 12 malam, hampir jam 1 ya. Kamu harus tidur, kamu harus istirahat, kamu harus mandi, kamu harus makan, nggak boleh stres. Kebanyakan simulasi wawancara bisa bikin puyeng loh, kebanyakan feedback. Jadi kalau bisa ini udah H-1 tidur aja, take a rest ya, biar santuy. Itu aja sih, menurutku jangan sampai lupa matkulnya. Jangan bilang I don't remember the rest of the course.
Ya, soalnya ini tadi benar-benar kayak nggak siap untuk jelasin yang Hungary gitu.
Exactly, makanya
cuma nyiapin buat yang
di sini aku
ingatin.
Makanya di sini aku ingatin, siapa tahu besok ditanya, at least dibaca ya. Terus udah sih, terakhir saranku tadi, besok mau simulasi sama siapa? Nadia siapa?
Kalau nama kan yang tahu dari Kak Nadia gitu, nama di Instagramnya, jadi tahunya cuma Nadia.
Dari
Kak Nadia Kamaulah.
Dari
kalau prodinya juga nggak tahu.
Univ mana? Award alumni.
UM juga. Jadi UM juga.
Enggak. Iya. Oh,
alumni sebelumnya.
NTU.
Bukan jadi Singapura kalau nggak salah.
Iya, NTU. Oke. Jam berapa?
Jam 7.30.
Oke. Aku tahu kamu punya cara sendiri untuk nyiapin interview ini. Kalau aku
Yes.
harus harus janggal perut, jangan sampai kelaparan, harus pipis terus kayak technicalities gitu loh,
Minum
biar
hangat.
biar
Iya.
nggak nervous. Nah, kalau kamu jam 7 harus sudah sama Mbak Nadia, berarti apakah kamu mandi sebelum itu atau sesudah itu? Itu hal-hal perintilan technicalities itu loh, yang self control itu loh yang harus kamu be mindful
Iya.
of.
Perhatikan.
Ya, soalnya kamu harus bangun pagi, berarti jam 7 kamu harus sudah siap, berarti less than 6 hours ya. Kamu sahur nggak? Kamu puasa nggak?
Yes. Oh enggak, saya tidak ikut puasa.
Oh ya sama. Ya udah, kalau nggak puasa berarti aman. Nggak harus bangun sahur. Udah itu aja sih feedbackku. Ada pertanyaan nggak?
Kalau itu sudah bagus sih, ada yang ikut tentang cari profesor. Is there any feedback for like concrete example to engage beside like I want to join student council, joining exhibition? Itu sih mungkin di persiapan kayak poster yang tadi itu kayak aku secara langsung ya, secara realistis untuk nggak bisa nyiapin itu dalam waktu kurang dari beberapa jam ini.
Daripada theoretical, theoretical tuh penting ya. Kayak kamu bilang, aku mau bantu poster, bantu desain, bla bla bla, yada bagus. Karena itu hard skill yang nggak semua orang punya. Uh, tapi kayak daripada kamu bilang, aku pengen join klub organisasi atau komunitas kreatif di Italia karena mereka desainnya tuh tentang art atau history yang Middle Ages di Italia. Nah, mungkin kamu udah bisa buat nih, aku udah punya contoh desainnya loh. Aku tuh pengen ngebahas ini loh, arsitektur ini loh, kayak harus gimana sih maknanya, harus gitu-gitu. Kalau kamu udah punya ini tuh teoritisme tuh bag ke apa ya? Ke approve lebih bagus, berkualitas karena kamu udah punya bahannya. Nih, aku mau nunjukin ini loh gitu. Sama kayak kamu kayak uh, itu kan tentang courses ya, tentang yang engagement.
Iya.
Yang engagement tuh kalau kamu, makanya aku tanya, aku nggak review esaimu sih. Padahal aku tuh kenapa kamu nggak minta aku
Iya.
proofread esaimu? Kamu nggak
Oh
percaya
iya, karena ini tadi
nggak percaya sama
enggak
aku
kalau
ya?
itu kayak oh enggak sih kalau maksudnya ini dia salah satunya, ini not like point finger gitu ya, lebih ke self evaluations that I believe I can do better in the next, kayak beberapa persiapan yang karena saya punya teman juga yang dari kampus lain misalnya kayak preparasinya itu jauh lebih banyak dari yang ada di UM. Kayak ini mau up interview ini juga dari kampus juga nggak diberikan karena baru mepet. Kayak teman saya yang di Surabaya itu sekarang udah mau 4 kali up interview.
Hmm. Iya, padahal tuh banyak banget yang DM aku minta proofreading esainya. Di luar UM banyak banget. Nah, harusnya kamu yang berani approach. Kan dari UM tahun lalu ada 11 orang. Kamu bisa approach aku buat
Oh iya.
interview mock up. Kenapa kamu nggak approach aku waktu essay proofreading? Untung aja kamu lolos, berarti essaymu bagus. Eh, tapi ini eh, balik lagi ke pertanyaanmu tentang engagement itu. Nah, penting banget nih cara engage kamu tuh bukan cuma kamu mau join discussion-nya di klub, organisasi atau komunitas tertentu, tapi kamu juga bisa showcase apa. Makanya aku bilang tadi, kamu bisa showcase contoh desainmu kah untuk didiskusiin bareng kah tentang art atau history Middle Ages Italy whatsoever yang kamu makna dari desain
Iya
itu.
nggak mau.
Nah, gitu loh. Jadi kamu udah ada abstrak desainmu yang kamu mau diskusiin misalnya, atau misalnya kamu mau kontribusi di perlehatan acara Sumpah Pemuda nanti ya kan. Kamu
Iya.
udah punya nih desain Sumpah Pemuda yang lebih modern tapi ada makna tradisionalnya, ada makna pemuda apanya gitu dari desainmu itu. Kayak desainmu tuh storytelling gitu. Nah, kamu tuh mau contribute ini atau kamu mau
Di
ini nanti kan pasti disuruh adain acara Sumpah Pemuda. Nah, kamu mau pasang apa ini mau desainmu tentang Indonesia tradisi dalam desainmu itu kayak poster-poster tentang Indonesia gitu. Makna Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, makna Pancasila, makna gotong royong atau makna apa dalam poster. Misalnya gitu. Itu kan cara engage kamu. Nah, engagementnya jadinya
Iya,
gimana?
iya, iya.
Luaran. Jadi caramu engage adalah mendesain poster itu kan. Nah, engagementnya di mana? Nanti
Iya,
kelihatan.
benar.
Nanti kelihatan engagementnya adalah ketika kamu showcase ini hasil desainmu yang udah ada kamu buat, yang kamu bisa tunjukin salah satunya ke ini tuh tentang gotong royong, atau ini tuh tentang Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, atau ini tentang Pancasila. Nah, nanti secara langsung kamu bakal diminta jelasin itu gambar desain apa sih. Oh, ini tuh Pancasila loh, Garuda, burung Garuda loh, ini maknanya apa, bla bla bla. Nah, jadi ada diskusi nanti dari kontribusi desainmu ini gitu. Nah, komunikasi
Bisa muncul diskusi.
iya, komunikasi dalam diskusi inilah interaksi yang dimaksud dengan interaksi, biar bisa engage ke locals atau foreign students di host university pilihanmu gitu. Itulah engagement tuh maksudnya gimana loh kalian tuh bisa interaksi dua arah. Jadi bukan cuma kamu belajar dari mereka, tapi mereka juga bisa belajar dari kamu. Selain itu, ini antar perorangan ya. Ini kan berarti antar perorangan. Kan ada yang antar universitas kan. Bisa aja kamu mau
Iya,
pulang-pulang ngada. Ini kontribusi lagi. Ini bisa engagement tapi related to kontribusi. Pulang-pulang kamu mau
ke
ngadain
kampus.
ini kerjasama webinar pertunjukan ya, exhibition desain antara UM sama PA2 misalnya gitu. Nah, ini kampus antar kampus kan berarti ininya engagementnya. Ini kontribusi karena kamu sebagai panitia di sini, sebagai alumni, kalau dipilih, kamu bakal ngadain webinar pertunjukan desain anak DKV dari UM sama anak-anak DKV di PA2 gitu. Atau klub organisasi komunitas kreatifnya. Nah, kalau bisa tuh sebut namanya, apa nama organisasinya? Masa namanya klub kreatif klub?
Oh, itu lebih ke departemen kayak si acaranya dari student council-nya itu.
Kayak misalnya di
Mungkin bisa aku cari resource lagi
iya di
tentang
sastra
spesifik nama community-nya.
di sastra ada Legato. Kamu tahu Legato?
Nggak tahu.
Nggak tahu ya. Oh, Legato tuh
Ya,
HMJ-nya Sasing. Aku nggak tahu kalau di cafe tuh ada punya HMJ-nya apa. Pokoknya kami punya Legato. Nah, Legato itu loh sebutin namanya. Legato which is department council atau department student organization gitu loh. Jadi, oh nih anak risetnya udah detail loh. Dia udah riset ke PA2 sedalam itu. Dia nggak cuma interview alumni, awardee dari PA2, tapi dia juga udah riset websitenya, udah cari profesornya, dia bahkan udah email. Bahkan aku ada temanku, mentiku yang udah email profesor untuk nanya course profile-nya. Dan dijawab. Nah, ini tuh bisa bahan interviewmu gitu loh. Aku tuh udah email profesor loh. Tapi kan ini nggak mungkin kamu lakuin sekarang kan? Nggak mungkin udah. Nah, yang mungkin kamu kerjaan sekarang adalah kamu punya desain, contoh desain apa yang bisa kamu tunjukin besok gitu. I think that
oh,
would be your
jadi nggak harus desain yang akan dibuat, tapi kayak desain-desain yang pernah saya bikin. Kalau karena biasanya kan portofolio yang pernah saya bikin gitu ya.
exactly portfolio. Kamu punya tab nggak?
Oh, punya.
Harusnya punya. Harusnya punya sih kalau anak DKV. Nah, kamu udah siap
Tapi
nih.
ada kalau bisa showcase kayak sustainable design.
Nggak usah share slide sih menurutku. Kayak kamu
Oh,
tunjukin
enggak
aja.
sih. Oh,
Kamu
jadi harus sudah nyiapin ya filenya.
listen. Jadi kayak
For example, this is an illustration for my project in France.
iya.
Show brightness.
Nah, iya brightness-nya jangan terlalu terang. Nah, mantap. Iya gitu. Gitu-gitu.
Kayak gini. Ya
Ya,
ada udah dua sih. Jadi mungkin itu kayak bisa tentang contemporary design yang bisa saya pakai ketika nanti mendesain di Itali kayak gitu ya nanti bisa.
iya, gitu maksudku. Portofolio tuh sebagai bukti, oh nih anak memang benar-benar expert loh di bidangnya. Dia nggak cuma bacot, dia nggak cuma klaim,
Theorize.
tapi dia juga ada buktinya gitu. Menurutku itu lebih lebih valid dan lebih kuat gitu. Ada lagi
Oh, tapi
pertanyaan?
itu berarti nggak apa-apa ya ketika interview kayak nunjukin something on the screen.
Iya, tapi nunjukinnya kayak humble gitu loh, kayak
Kayak explanation maybe.
ya waktu kamu lagi jelasin, if I may show you, this is one of my portfolio, the design about blah 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 blah, which is related to the course that I want to take in Italy, Padua, about blah 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 yada yada. The correlation is this, the connection is that, blah 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 yada yada gitu loh. I want to learn about this because
Okay, yeah.
I cannot, ya kayak kalau aku tuh selalu bilang kayak kalau makanya apa sih yang enggak, kenapa kamu ambil Padua itu tuh karena ada something special eksklusif di Padua yang nggak bisa kamu dapat di UM gitu loh. Mungkin di UM itu contemporary art itu
Contemporary art,
nggak
contemporary
sedetail,
art.
nggak senero apa, nggak sedetail apa. Tapi kalau di Italy dia sampai ngebahas ke Middle Ages apa gitu. I don't know, aku ngarang ini tapi pokoknya kayak gitu. Ada gap, ada gap yang hilang, ada gap di UM yang solusinya itu kamu harus diberangkatkan ke Italy gitu, ke Padua, biar gap ini terisi dan kamu skillnya jadi penuh gitu loh.
Termasuk yang psikologi itu bisa masuk kan, soalnya kan ketika di UM kan saya nggak mungkin ngambil course psikologi.
Nah, that's you're wrong. Karena sebenarnya aku tadi mau bilang di UM ini ada pertukaran mahasiswa. Jadi kampus Merdeka Mereka Belajar itu nggak cuma
Mereka belajar, oh ya ada yang bisa karena ada 8 program.
iya, ada yang ngebebasin kamu ngambil satu matkul dari atau berapa matkul dari luar DKV. Nah, tapi poinnya bukan itu. Walaupun ada kesempatan itu, tapi di Fakultas Psikologi UM itu nggak ada art psikologi loh, misalnya gitu. Nggak ada desain psikologi loh, atau branches apa di psikologi yang nggak ada di UM, tapi di Padua provide offer gitu loh, gapnya itu. Makanya it's really urgent for the government, for Kemendikbudristek and LPDP to choose you untuk memberangkatin kamu biar kamu bisa fulfill the skills to require, biar kamu bisa forward the knowledge and the skills to the future, atau to your junior atau your community gitu. Gitu-gitu. Oke. Ingat ya kalau ditanya kontribusi, kalau ditanya ingat ya kalau ditanya kontribusi kamu bisa bilang apa kontribusinya?
Kontribusinya bisa kayak ngadain webinar tentang collaboration exhibition dengan international partisipan di Padua. Secara spesifik nanti bisa nyebutin kayak grupnya apa, dalam acara apa, terus nanti juga contribution ke junior, melakukan pendampingan tentang bagaimana cara membuat esai yang baik, terus tentang knowledge yang kita dapat di Italia, tentang apa saja pengalaman-pengalamannya, kayak berbagi kesempatan dengan mereka gitu.
Menurutku ngelatih esai, ngasih informasi tentang ISMA
itu nggak perlu
itu bukan nggak perlu, tapi itu tuh wajib gitu loh. Sebagai awardee, sebagai alumni, itu kewajiban kamu untuk bisa share proses seleksi, pengalaman, kalau ditanya, dan nggak boleh dibayar jasanya. Nah, tapi yang buat otentik kontribusi yang aku maksud adalah, tadi benar kamu mau ngadain webinar kerjasama berupa webinar antara Departemen DKV UM dengan Departemen DKV Padua untuk ngadain webinar ini yang bertujuan sebagai acara pertunjukan karya-karya desain apa gitu, biar saling diskusikan. Aku nggak tahu ya, kalau aku tuh kemarin bilangnya debat, jadi aku sparring debat antara UM sama Ceko gitu. Nah kamu nih kayak gitu, apa yang bisa di
collaboration, design collaboration,
kolaborasi apa yang bisa di gitu. Nah selain itu, komunitas apa yang ada di DKV namanya? HMJ-nya apa namanya?
Sedesa.
Nah, sedesa. Jadi kamu bilang, I will contribute to my community in my department, namely Sadesa, which involves my juniors and my colleagues who are passionate about the cafe or design in this. I would like to forward the skill and the knowledge about contemporary art to them, gitu. So we can discuss about this that we uh, cannot, that we didn't have the course in our home university, gitu. Makanya penting banget ilmu ini kamu dapatin di PA2 karena itu bakal ke-share, kebagi sama orang banyak di departemenmu. Menurutku itu lebih signifikan, lebih praktikal, benefitnya, kontribusinya lebih nyata dan measurable, lebih realistis.
Okay, that's a very good input.
Ada pertanyaan lagi?
I think that's all for this.
Oke.
Tapi semoga nanti dapat interviewer yang like actively asking questions.
Kenapa?
Karena takutnya nanti semoga ketemu interviewer yang actively asking question.
Ini kamu nanya atau berdoa sih?
Hope.
Oh iya.
Kayak ketemu kayak kakak interview kayak kakak ini, for example. Karena tadi kayak elaborating about my interest and passionate in design, especially in sustainability. And sustainability kayak itu nggak ada dalam materi, baru muncul kejawab setelah dari pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang diajukan itu tadi.
Iya kan. Tapi gini loh.
Iya.
Kan intinya ada 4 indikator kan interview itu, pasti kamu udah tahu. Nah, yang pertanyaan itu tentang academic knowledge. Makanya aku nanya apa sih isu atau concern di DKV gitu. Kamu bilang itu tadi. Nah, itu bagus. Tapi pertanyaan ini nggak pertanyaan pasti ya. Lagi ini bukan pertanyaan pasti. Ini tuh tergantung eksplorasinya, kreativitasnya si interviewer. Jadi be ready, be flexible. Makanya aku bilang jangan terlalu banyak simulasi interview, mending kamu resting, kamu siapin risetmu, portofoliomu, itu yang paling penting. Kalau kebanyakan simulasi, apalagi udah mepet, kamu nanti kurang istirahat, jadinya pusing segala macam.
Fokus.
That's it. 1:30, Kevin, tidur loh.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for everything we have done today. It's really helpful, very good input that I never thought before.
You're welcome. My pleasure. And don't forget to follow my Instagram ya. Terlalu arogan kamu tidak follow.
Oke.
Oke, dan juga slow learner care, oke? Nanti di follow back kok. Amin. Lolos ISMA. Bye-bye. Have a good night.
Bye-bye. Terima kasih. Selamat istirahat.
You too. Bye-bye.
You later, and I will inform you if I get any information about my current activities.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Aku N ya.
Bye-bye. Aku Olivia.
Okay, cool.